super curious as I'm getting things again set up. I would love to know what brought you to today's workshop. What made you decide to come? And what do you know about SEO, if anything? So I would say on a scale from 1 to 5, 1 being, well, 0 being you absolutely know nothing, you're not even sure what SEO stands for, 5 being you've studied it, you've learned it, you know a bit, but you're wanting to learn more. So tell me where you're at on the scale for SEO and what you expect to get out of today's training. Maryland, Hannah's in Maryland. Yeah, I bet it is cold up there. I've never been up that way, so limited knowledge, but yeah, that's actually not bad. 50 though. Let's see, I'm in Colorado and we are 40 today, so not bad. Hannah is 0 to 1. Thank you so much for being honest. And Giselle, Hannah, thank you guys for being live. And anyone else who's popping in now, being live, thank you. I love the interaction. That's really like my jams. I think it's a human design thing, but this is why I love Facebook Lives. I love like the interactive piece. Giselle's also a 0. I have no idea what SEO is. I'm looking to learn more about it and been wanting to start my own business. Cool, love it. You've been on that's been a calling of yours for a while, I know, Giselle. So I'm glad you're here and I hope you find it helpful. Yes, and you are highly intuitive. So this is perfect. So I'll share a little bit because I am also highly intuitive. Sorry, my screen's flopping around. I really like SEO, and I've just gotten into this over the last few years, but I really like it for several different reasons. So I typically work with intuitive, spiritual business owners. I really focus on the wellness space. So yoga shops, crystals, distributors. A lot of my clients are healers, coaches. So what I have found is when we're in this niche, right, this type of industry, there's a lot of fear and a lot of resistance around marketing, sales, anything too techy, because I think it is because we are such intuitive women. Because if you're doing this type of work, you're pretty often going to be intuitive, you're spiritual, you're tuned in, you're heart-centered, and you care about people. And in our world, I'm just going to lump all this stuff together in this group over here. Here we've got sales, marketing, tech stuff. All of this can sometimes feel cold and pushy or insensitive. And so it really can have the effect of turning us off as empaths and intuitives, but it doesn't have to. So sort of like one of my wizardly things is taking this pile of things that really and truly we need in business and we should be implementing and learning, taking that and turning it into an inviting way that actually feeds our heartfelt nature and feeds our intuition and feeds our empathic abilities so that you can grow your business and you don't have to feel icky, you don't have to feel disconnected or cold. Actually, I have found specifically with SEO, which we'll be talking about today, I have found that it has helped me more intuitively connect with people and in a more gentle, nurturing way. So I think you guys will like it. This is a very different training for me. So this was all an intuitive hit. I just kind of actually really got the hit to write this. I have a very long blog article I'll share with you guys in a minute. And then I just kind of got the hit to, hey, why don't you do a whole training on it? So please, please, please give me all the feedback throughout this whole thing, whether you're live, watching the replay, let me know. Is this helpful? Is this over your head? Keep me updated. And I see a couple of you guys just hopping on. Please, please, please drop in the chat. Let us know who you are, where you're from, and what you hope to get out of today's session. Oh, yeah. So I'm Haley. Just so you know, my business is The Sparkling Hippie. I'm an intuitive artist, an author, and a business coach. So hopefully you guys know me. Oh my gosh, I didn't update this slide. So here's what to expect today. None of this is from an old thing. So what we're going to talk about today, because that slide is not there, we're going to talk about SEO, but I'm also going to explain what it is, explain how it can help you, and I'm going to make it very simplified and very intuitive even, so that this is something that you can like ideally take today. You're like, okay, girl, I get it. Plug and play, right? And you can start using this in your business right away. So to do that, we're actually going to do a drop-in here in a bit to help you intuitively connect with your business. And we'll do a little exercise that'll help you connect with SEO for your business. So, okay, so what the heck is SEO? I know probably you guys are wondering. So SEO actually stands for search engine optimized. And that is a weird, fancy string of words. But really all it means is that when someone goes to Google and they type in, for instance, for me, they might type in intuitive business coach. I want to be the person that comes up on Google. So can I play for a minute? I want to do something just to show you guys, because this is really interesting, actually. I know you're looking at me, but it won't be long. Okay, so here's Google, right? Of course, my Google background's crazy. Yeah, so let's just use myself as an example. Intuitive business coach, okay? So obviously this is an ad. We have Kelly Roach comes up. Tara Malarkey, I've actually followed her a little bit. So these are all ads. So you can't go above ad unless you pay. But, whoops. Then we start seeing like, this is what Google's algorithm ranks in the system as like the #1 search query for these 3 words used together in that order, right? So there's a Forbes article. Oh my gosh, woohoo! Guys, okay, so this is proof. The proof is in the pudding, right? So I'm actually #2 on Google when you type in intuitive business coach. And I used to think it took a lot of hard work and a lot of blah, blah, blah to get there. I'm going to show you that I literally did this in less than a year. And so now when people are searching for intuitive business coach, I'm the 2nd listing. Studies show that people hardly ever go past the first 3 listings on Google. And they definitely, it's like very, very rare that they go past the first 10. So you can see there's other websites here, other business coaches, cool, cool. But I want you to see, whoops, let me move my screen, it's not working. Whoops, I got too many tabs open, okay. If we go down to the bottom, oh, Google Chrome does it different. Okay, well, you can see right here, there's about 10,900,000 results for this on the internet. So that's all over the world, all over the internet. But what it's not showing you is normally you go to the bottom of your page and it'll say page 2, page 3, page 4. It looks like Google Chrome has an update where it just keeps going. So, but if you are an intuitive business coach and say you're listed, that's like the 120th listing on Google, it's very rare that people are going to find you. So especially if you're a new entrepreneur, you're going to be really low on Google, which is going to make it really hard for people to find you. So SEO basically is how you come up on Google, right? It's not just Google though. There's also Bing, any search engine. So we can also, so there's Bing. We're also going to talk a little bit about how some of the social media that you use is actually considered a search engine, right? So Pinterest is a great search engine. Instagram can actually be used a bit as a search engine too. And we're going to talk about how to optimize them. So SEO, search engine optimized. So whether that search engine is Google, Bing, whatever. Am I making sense so far? Drop in the chat and let me know. if you got me, you're tracking, right? And if I need to slow down, I can. So a couple of things to note about SEO is that it is a long game. So this is something I've been blessed to have some really fortunate success in a short amount of time. But typically this is something that you don't do it and then the next day you find, oh, I'm a millionaire, right? Which, can I just say, this is kind of a peeve of mine. Owning a business is very, very rarely an overnight success, right? I'm not going to go into like my whole typical spiel that I give people, but owning a business is a long game. So if you're looking for that overnight sensation or that quick hit or whatever, it's not there. Just to totally burst your bubble, we can set the intention that happens. We can pray for it. We can hope for it. But really realistically, what I see in myself and my clients is that owning and creating a business, especially a spiritual based business, it's a journey. It's a long game. It's more about who you're becoming than it is a get rich quick thing. So SEO also is a long game. It's something you're going to do for the long haul, but it's going to be very beneficial the longer you do it. So the big key thing is SEO is a keyword game. So this is what we're going to do a little exercise on here in a minute. But it's basically a keyword game. So once you understand that, it's so easy and so intuitive, and I'll tell you how. And it's also very simple, but very effective marketing strategy. So when you talk about, how are you marketing your business and what is your marketing strategy? A lot of us are like, well, this is one of your strategies. It can be one of your strategies, right? You don't have to do it because I did it. You don't have to do it because it worked for me. This is just one option, right? So always keep that in mind when you're learning from other coaches and guides and business gurus. Like, use your own intuition. You're your own best guide. No one knows better than you and the divine guidance that you have. So take everything, soak it in, learn, yes, but also filter it through your own filter. Okay. Caveat. I love this, that I found this GIF yesterday. Any Full House fans in the house? Okay, so here's the caveat to all of this. Okay, there is something called the spaghetti phase of business. I made that up. It's the word I use. I talk to a lot of clients who are in the spaghetti phase. So if this resonates with you, the spaghetti phase, do not feel shame. Do not feel sad. I want you to own the heck out of your spaghetti phase, right? This is a cool thing. This is a cool part of the journey, and I want you to enjoy it, okay? But if you are still starting your business, right, and you don't know what your business is going to be, so just go ahead and click yes, put a yes in the chat if this is you. But if you're brand new to business, maybe you're a coach, maybe you're a certified coach, and you're not sure if you want to coach people on creativity or if you want to coach them on, I don't know, making essential oil bombs, right? Maybe you have 10,000 ideas. You're not sure how you want to help people, but you want to help people. If this is you, I want you to type spaghetti in the chat, right? If you find yourself switching niches often, if you find yourself changing, maybe you're changing your Instagram handle like every week. You're like, hey, I'm gonna be the why are ideas not coming to me? I'm gonna be the Oracle guide, right? And then the next week you're like, oh, I think this week I'm gonna change my Instagram handle again because I want to be the white sage guide and I want to help in this way. I want to help in that way. If you're still in that experimental phase, I call this the spaghetti against the wall phase. So what that means is that you're in this juicy, fun, I used to use the first layer of my art making as a symbol for this. The first layer is always messy. You don't know where you're going. It's chaotic, but it's also super fun because there's no pressure. So if you're in that part of business where you're just trying things, you're trying this, you're trying that, you're throwing spaghetti against the wall, right? Then you're in the spaghetti phase of business, which means you're finding yourself, you're finding what you love, you're finding how you want to help, who you want to serve, what brings you the most joy. Please, please, please do not wish away this part of your business, this part of your journey. Do not downplay it. Do not, just disregard it and feel bad about yourself. This is so, so, so important. This is essentially like being a teenager. You don't get to adulthood if you don't go through your teenage years. What do we do when we're a teenager? We dye our hair black. We try being emo for a week. Then we try being a country kid for a week. Then we, try out this music. We try out that music. We're finding our identity. And so the spaghetti phase of business is nothing more than finding your identity as a business owner. This is especially true for heart-centered, wellness-based businesses, which I'm guessing is everyone here who's listening. So if this rings true to you, if this fits you, I want you to proudly drop spaghetti in the chat. And I want you to love yourself and your current phase in business. Okay, so go ahead, proudly drop that spaghetti in the chat, throw that spaghetti against the wall, and just know this phase is going to take, it can take 6 months, it can take a year, it can take a couple years, and that's all good, all good. If you're in that phase of business, if you're a proud spaghetti girl, SEO is probably not going to be a good thing for you to work on right now. I say that because you're going to be wasting your time. Honestly, most of these like hard-hitting, the biggest mistake that I see people make in the spaghetti phase is go and try to rush through their phase. So they go and invest tens of thousands of dollars. I did this, tens of thousands of dollars to working with coaches in a specific strategy for their specific business. And it doesn't work because you haven't found yourself yet as a business owner. So you're going 200 miles an hour in one direction when you're not even sure if that's the direction you want. So I feel like as a heart-centered entrepreneur myself, I have to share this. I'm not going to say, oh, you're brand new business, this is going to work for you, buy today. Like, no, this is truly what I think. If you're in spaghetti, then maybe just go have fun. Not worry about this right now. Cool. All right, so a bit more about SEO. So you don't have to read all of this, but you can screenshot if you want. I like to say the universe and SEO are best friends. So most of you here probably believe in divine guidance, divine timing, divine order. I know I often pray perfect divine order over my life and business. I like to straddle between the two worlds of hard work and aligned action. And then this place of rest and surrender and just letting God do his thing, right? So I believe that you need both. I actually just wrote a post on this, so stay tuned. Because I've tried just straight up meditating all day. I'm spiritual, intuitive, money's gonna come to me. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. But I've also tried, excuse my language, but balls to the wall. I'm gonna put all my eggs in one basket, try as hard as I can, and leave it and take control of everything. And that doesn't work either. You need both. We have to do aligned action, trusting our intuition, following our pings. And then you also have to surrender and trust, right? So for that reason, I say universe, God, divine, and SEO are best friends. They go hand in hand. So SEO is basically telling, I'm going to explain this in a weird way. SEO is basically telling the universe, God, also algorithms, what you do, who you help, and how you like to help them, right? So you're going to just place your order, and then you're going to let it do its thing. I have some clients who believe that the algorithm isn't real, it's all energy. And then I also have clients who totally believe in the algorithm and the algorithm only, and energy doesn't exist. They both exist, you guys. Like, you need both. You can't just ignore the algorithm, but you also can't ignore divine order, right? It all comes together. So here's where SEO becomes intuitive. I know you're like, okay, like what's she talking about? Okay. So SEO becomes intuitive when you've done the spaghetti phase, right? We've figured out what we like. You found the thing that gives you the most joy. You know how you most want to help people. and how you want to show up and serve from your heart, not from your head, not from the shoulds, but from your authentic alignment, right? So most of you are probably already doing this. You're already serving from your inner alignment. You're busy helping people in that way. And if you're not, let me know. I can help. Clarity is my biggest gift to my clients. But when you're serving from your authenticity, your authentic alignment, guess what? You are automatically, naturally going to talk about what you believe in. You're going to talk about how you help people, what you're passionate about. All of these things are going to naturally pour out of you. That's how you know you're in alignment. That's how you know you are in your dharma, your own natural essence, right? When you are in that, things start to flow. People will come to you. Like, you have this natural magnetism. And even if you're not magnetizing clients, you feel good because you are in flow. You're in alignment. There's no greater feeling on earth. This is literally one of the reasons we come to earth. So when you're in that space, you're going to naturally have, quote, keywords, right? This is what the tech industry calls them. You're going to naturally have keywords that you know and use and share authentically. So you're really not going to have to try. Okay. So do we have questions so far? I know that we've had some people pop in and out. Maybe you're watching the replay. Just drop in the chat if this is making sense. Just give me a why if it's making sense. I want to make sure I'm not losing anybody. Okay. So we're good? We're hanging in? Perfect. So before I dive deeper into SEO, I want to share a bit about my journey. Sorry, the font looks weird. I'm just noticing. But this is, again, I kind of showed you at the beginning where I popped up on Google. That was super cool. But this is literally what I have done with SEO ever, total. So it's not on here, but in 2019, I started reading a book about SEO. It was interesting, but it was really over my head. So I put it down. Here's the meat and potatoes, guys. In October of last year, okay, it was just a few months ago, October of last year, I implemented some very simple SEO strategies into my business. That practically looked like typing in some phrases in my website, updating some blog posts, changing some title headers on my website. That was really about all I did. In December of 2022, I actually, is that 22? Anyway, I wrote about a dozen blog articles. I think it was 21, honestly. But anyway, I wrote about a dozen blog articles. I enjoy writing. Writing's my jam. If writing's your jam, I've got a whole strategy of SEO for you. Let me know. And then I just posted those blog posts, set it and forget it. Okay, yeah, this is October 21, December 21, April of 22. Sorry for this, guys. In April of 22, I did a couple more SEO tweaks using some new tools that I'll share with you here in a bit. And in that time, I increased my organic traffic to my website. So that's people just going on Google looking for services I provide. I increased my traffic by 127%. Now, I'm not a numbers girl either, so if I lost you, that means I went from having, on average, 200 people finding my website organically through Google each month, to now having 500 to 600 people each month finding me on Google without me doing anything. So that's not me going out, knocking on doors, picking up the phone, actively marketing myself. That's me sitting back and letting people come find me. They're on Google finding me. How is that for intuition and divine order? Does this interest you? Drop in the chat. Okay. So all that to say, once you understand that the whole internet, the whole wide inner world revolves around key words, When you can understand that and start to see the whole internet as just a place where you plug in keywords and cool content in between the keywords, then you will literally master the game. So that's literally all I did. Is I went through years of the spaghetti phase. Then I found out what I want to do, how I want to help people. I've made a list of keywords, which we're going to do in a second, plugged them in, and then I sat back and let the universe and the algorithm do its thing. So how cool is that, right? I'm just going to update the chat because it does not seem to be loading. Cool. So you guys with me? Excelente. Okay, so how to find your magic SEO keywords. So this is actually more of this is the hands-on bit of the workshop. So if you're ready, so I want you to, we've kind of been in learning mode. Before we go into this, do you guys understand what SEO is? Did that make any sense? I feel like I kind of spiritualized it and maybe made it. I'm just curious, does this make sense to you guys? If you could just drop in the chat and let me know. So just to recap, SEO is search engine optimized. Okay, if you're taking notes, drop this in the chat. So anything that has a search bar can use SEO. So Pinterest, Google, Bing, my boyfriend uses DuckDuckGo, Instagram, Facebook, technically. Any of those things can be optimized, okay? So, and then I talked about, it's really just about keywords. So you're actually right now going to come up with 3 to 5 keywords. And I'm going to show you how when we plug those into all of these search engines, it becomes like a magnet for people looking for you, looking for the services that you offer. And that's where I say the universe and SEO align, right? Because it just kind of does its thing. The algorithm does its thing, you set back, and that's how you're intuitively, authentically attracting people to your business. So doesn't look like we have any questions, at least live. So we're gonna do some fun stuff. So I'm actually gonna treat you guys like this is a full-on paid workshop. This is what I offer my corporate clients. Well, a taste of it. I was meditating this morning and I was like, yeah, I need to just go all in with you guys. So I hope you enjoy this. This is free. Okay. So we're going to do a little bit of embodiment because authenticity, intuition, creativity live inside the body, not in the brain. So right now you've been in the brain because I've been teaching and talking. You've been listening and learning. We're going to take a second and bring the energy down below the neck. So first, you guys are the first I'm trying this out on ever. I've been getting my yoga teacher training certification. And so I've learned about this thing called Sushka Viyama. And I will put that in the chat. So it was a weird word. That's Sanskrit, Sushka Viyama. And basically we're just gonna loosen up and get into our bodies a little bit. So first I want you to put your arms out in front. And we're going to squeeze and release, squeeze and release. You're going to do this several times. And this is meant to loosen up the joints in the fingers, which if you're typing and texting, you use these a lot. So go ahead and do this with me. Oh, this also helps with preventing arthritis. Okay. Now palms straight up. And you're going to reach into the cookie jar. You're going to do this about 20 times. This is helping with wrist pain. I have had so much wrist pain from typing, texting, yoga. This helps keep your wrists loose. Remember to breathe. Breathe in and breathe out. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Okay, now I want you to make fists. And we're going to rotate the wrists toward one another. Remembering to breathe And reverse it. Beautiful. Now arms straight in front. And palms up. You need to touch your shoulders. Do 10 of these. Inhale and exhale. Okay, hands here. You're gonna rotate your shoulders out, your elbows out. We're gonna make shoulder circles. Take a big inhale here, big exhale. Reverse the circles. Big inhale, big exhale. Okay, now I want you to touch your ear to each shoulder. Right ear to right shoulder, left ear to left shoulder. Continue inhaling deeply and exhaling deeply. Okay. Shake your wrists. Don't lose this ring. Shake it off, shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. We do not shake enough. Most animals shake things off. They clear the energy. Don't let dust settle on them. We forget that. Big inhale. Big exhale. Keep shaking. You can do your whole arms. I like to do the whole arms. Get the elbows in. Inhale, exhale. Open the jaw. Close. We're going to open and close the jaw. Releasing tension. We hold a lot of unsaid words, anger, tension in the jaw. Now we're going to go side to side. All right, beautiful. So hands on your lap, eyes closed. I'm going to take a few deep breaths here. And I like to teach the embodied breath because, again, it helps you dive into the body. So I want you to inhale through the nose. And as you do, you can push your belly out, maybe placing your hands on your belly. So inhale through the nose, pushing the belly out. And exhale out of the mouth with a sigh. When you exhale, let your jaw fall open. Let the noise come out of your mouth. So inhale, push the belly out, inhaling through the nose. Exhale, let the jaw fall open with a sigh. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let the jaw fall open. We're going to do a couple of these. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, make a noise. Inhale. Exhale. Let that jaw fall open as far as it can. Inhale, push the belly out. Exhale. Couple more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, push the belly out. Exhale, release the jaw. And slowly, slowly return to a normal breath. Gently, keeping your eyes closed. If you get a little lightheaded, that's okay. That's normal. That's moving oxygen to your brain, to your body. Okay. Slowly rub your palms on the top of your thighs to ground yourself. You can gently open your eyes again. And maybe just look around the room and name 3 objects that you see. Again, just to ground yourself. Okay. So I didn't warn you ahead of time, but grab a journal or even a Word document, but preferably a journal and a pen. And we're going to go through some journaling prompts that are going to help you find your authentic, intuitive keywords. So we just got into the body. Hopefully you're feeling a bit relaxed. You're feeling a bit juicy, out of your head. That's what we want. That was the aim of that. Because I don't want you to come from your head for these answers. I want you to come from your heart, from your body, from your intuition. So the first question, what benefit or end result do you give your clients, customers? What's the benefit? What's the end result? So I work with a couple of clients who sell soaps and fragrances. And this is kind of a difficult question for them. What's the benefit? Well, the benefit is that you help people feel more aligned, more nourished, more taken care of because they're using your high quality products. So maybe if you're a business coach, the end result is helping people make more money in their business. So I'll give you a couple of seconds to journal through that. If you have a question, of course, drop in the chat. Okay. And don't think too much. Let the answers come naturally. So the next question, what do your clients or customers say that you do well for them? So especially if you've had testimonials or feedback, what do they say you do well for them? Just list a couple words there. Next question, what do you want to be known for? This is a fun one. And don't worry if it feels like your answers are all over the place or if it feels like you're totally guessing, that's good. Go with it. Next question, what do you do well? What do you do well inside your business? What do you do well for the people you serve? Okay, this one's a little different. What would a potential client type into Google in order to find you? So think about what they're struggling with, what their problem is, and what they might type into Google to find help or relief or a solution. So I'll give you an example. I'm trying to think of a weird ailment I've had. I had a knot on my wrist recently. So I Googled, is it bad to have a knot in your wrist? Right? And then I Googled, what does it mean if you have a knot in your wrist? Does yoga cause knots in wrists? Right? So this is kind of where my brain flow went. If you're a wrist expert or a wrist surgeon, I'm sure there's a fancy scientific name for that. I don't know that word, but it's very rare that you're going to type that into Google. So think about what your clients would actually be typing in. So, you know, like for me, it might be something like, how do I make money in a spiritual way? You know, it wouldn't necessarily be how to find the best intuitive business coach, right? So think about how your clients are approaching Google with their issues or their problems. And the last question is very similar. What's the significant problem that your ideal client is faced with? And what words or phrases would they type in Google or Pinterest in order to find a solution? And then I'd love, if you feel comfortable, maybe drop a few of your answers in the chat. I'd love to see what you came up with, whether you're live or on the replay. And what we're gonna do now is just look at your page. If you used paper, definitely grab a highlighter. You can also obviously highlight in a Google Doc. But I want you to notice if there's any commonalities between all the in the answers that you provided. Is there a word that you use more than once? Is there some phrases that came up over and over again? Go ahead and highlight those, circle them, star them, whatever. And then maybe on a new part of the page, write these down. So you should have 3 to 5 phrases or words that you saw as a theme. And this is obviously very simplified. I created this to do in a short amount of time. But hopefully this at least gets you started on the right path. And definitely share in the comments if you feel comfortable sharing those keywords or key phrases. So then the trick to this is, I wrote this like a commandment, know thy keywords and commit them to memory forever. So actually, I'll share with you guys here in a second my blog post. Inside the blog post, I have detailed instructions about how to use your keywords, where to plug them in. And I also have a couple of free worksheets in there that I created for you guys for free. So when you know your keywords, you should have 3 to 5 written down. Then commit them to memory, right? Put out a sticky note by your computer, print it out, put it on your wall. Your goal now, and this is seriously simple, guys. Your goal to using this for SEO is basically take these keywords and plug them in everywhere. That's literally it. This is legit what I did. And this is what increased my organic traffic. Okay. So I'll give you a sneak peek of what's inside the blog post. But those same keywords, and let me pause for a second. I want to make sure you understand too that you only do this if you've already found your niche and your business in your business niche and you feel aligned with it and you're enjoying it. It's bringing you joy. That's how you know you're in alignment. That's how you know it's authenticity coming through. And right, then we dropped in. You can't skip that step of the breathing and the dropping in. That's where we get deeper into our intuition, right? So if maybe your words seem totally random from what you're doing, I would trust the words because we went into our bodies to find the answers, not so much our heads. That's where the truth is in our bodies. That's where intuition is, divine guidance. Okay. So when you're doing all of that, it's going to be in alignment for you. It's going to be authentic for you. It's not going to be this forced egoic thing that you're doing, right? So when you're coming from that place, like we talked about, you're going to naturally share what you're passionate about and especially what you're purposeful about. So you have those keywords written down. They're in your desk area, right? You're going to plug them into your website everywhere you can. You're going to plug them into your blog posts. You're going to write blog posts for these keywords. You're going to put them on your Pinterest boards, your pins, which ideally your pins are coming from your website, right? Leading to it. And your descriptions, board descriptions and pin descriptions inside Pinterest. Pinterest is a major search engine. So it's a great way to optimize your business. And then also, everyone's favorite, Instagram content. You're going to write content around these keywords and you're going to use specific intentional hashtags around these keywords. So that's kind of the light and easy bit of it, I'll say. I will now open it up for questions. If you guys have questions. I'm also going to drop in the chat the link to my blog post So this blog post is designed to go hand in hand with this live training that you're doing now. The blog post, you can kind of slow down, read through it. It gives you step-by-step instructions for how to plug your keywords into these certain places that we just discussed. So you can have a look at that. But yes, absolutely drop any questions that you have, even if you're in the replay. I'm here to help. And I'd also like to know just how you're feeling right now. Do you feel more in your body, more intuitive? Are you more relaxed than you were when you began the presentation? If you don't mind dropping a few words in the chat, how you're feeling. And last but not least, maybe this interests you, maybe it was way over your head and you're like, I'm in the spaghetti phase. I need clarity on how to make my business, how to move forward with it. Maybe you just need some guidance and some support from a professional, an expert, a heart-centered mentor. If that's you, I would love to help you on your business journey. I actually just sent out an email that I was able to help my clients last year increase their profits, gain grants, book their first clients, launch their websites, understand how to best use social media. So I am now booking one-on-one clients. So if that is of interest to you, you can book a one-off session for $199. The link is in the chat. If it doesn't feel right, then don't do it. Just offering here. And last but not least, thank you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you. I know a couple of you hung out through the whole time. I'm so grateful that you were here. I absolutely, absolutely, absolutely love the live interaction. So the more you're in the chat and asking questions and showing up in the group, the more it's just fun for me. But also the more you're getting out of this free community. I mean, shoot, why not? Like, it's free. So you might as well enjoy it, learn from it. I'm offering it to you, so take advantage, y'all. If you're not inside our email list, you can sign up for that. I'd love for you to get the emails. It's thesparklinghippie.com/sparkle-society. So make sure you're getting the emails because I share a lot of additional content there. I'm also on Instagram at @thesparklinghippie. That's kind of, I'm not as active there, but do some cool stuff every now and then. But mostly you're inside the right place. You're in this group. This is where I do all the good stuff, free trainings. Let me know if you enjoyed this. Is this something you'd like more of? Do you like the tech trainings? Would you rather have mindset, confidence, clarity, maybe live coaching sessions? Drop it in the chat. I'm here for it. And otherwise, you guys stay warm. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. And giving you a big, big, big hug from me to you. I always do this to my clients. I love hugs. Mwah. Love you guys. Have a fabulous rest of your day.